What's up, guys? I got something totally awesome to show you today. This thing is the Eachine QX90. This is a FPV first-person view quadcopter, and it's so small that you can put goggles on now or have a screen, and you can fly this thing throughout your house. Well, at least I have been. I've been flying it throughout my house. You can fly this indoors and outdoors, but the whole part of it is just like being able to fly indoors, especially in your house or just wherever, setting up an obstacle course, and you put on some FPV goggles or you get a screen, and then you have the real picture there in real time, no lag, and it's just totally awesome. I've been loving it so much. Now, this is one of the first ones I've seen that is actually this small, that works on the 5.8 gigahertz. I know there's been other ones out there that they've been kind of rigging them up to fly them around, and they work really, you know, they're just really awesome. They're one of the funnest things I've done in a while. Real quick before we get too much more into flying it and stuff, we'll take a look what comes in the box. This does not come with a radio transmitter or a remote controller. It actually only works on the FR Sky transmitters and the XJT module. So if you don't have one of those, you're kind of well, you could always buy a different receiver, but this thing is super tiny, so you'll have to get a really tiny receiver. So this is basically just a bind and fly. It does use clean flight. One thing about the propellers on this, they're just like the push-on propellers. I got a set of 8. There's 8 of them that were included with the package. As soon as I flew this thing, they would just fly off. Like, no matter what, I wouldn't hit anything. I'd just be hovering and they would fly off. I went ahead and switched them out and put on the spares that came with it. Same exact thing, which was like driving me crazy at first. I was like, how are they going to sell this and the propellers won't even stay on? But anyway, I happen to have some other propellers that are the same size, and I put those on, and I've flown since, crashed multiple times, and haven't had them come off at once. And I did a little bit of research, and they said that sometimes you can have a bad batch of propellers, and in that case, that was my case. So also, it does come with 2 600 milliamp hour batteries. It doesn't come with one of those battery chargers, but they're really cheap. I don't know why they didn't include one. You know, you can pick one up for like $5. But anyway, it does have a camera on this, and the camera lens on this is like super wide angle, which is really good for indoors. If you know, a lot of people will probably be flying these indoors. So it's a really wide angle lens. The propellers are in the frame nonstop, which you can kind of, you know, learn to look past. But I know there are other quadcopters coming out, like the Eachine QX90, where I don't believe the propellers will be in frame. But other than that, there's a little transmitter antenna here on top, and when it actually was shipped to me, they kind of like fold that over a little bit, which I didn't really like. This can tend to wear, you know, if it keeps landing on itself, it'll probably, I've already had to like put another solder bead on there just to kind of reinforce the antenna. But as for the body, it's made from carbon fiber, so it's extremely strong. You know, you probably won't have to ever worry about breaking anything on this, except for maybe that antenna on top. But like, everything's just so lightweight that when it does hit the ground, it's not really a bother. One thing about outside with this thing that, you know, it's probably common sense, but it is so tiny, so when you lose this thing in the grass or in the bush or in a tree, you're probably going to be looking for it for a while. That's how small it is. So but besides that, I totally love this one. I'm probably going to be getting a few more, not this in particular one, but as they start to come out with more, maybe where they have bodies and more protection, I'm definitely going to buy those up and review those as well. But I'll just put some of me flying around here in my house and a few other places. But that is the Eachine QX90. I'll put a link in the description. That's that. Thanks for watching.